vibrate.
No, okay. My bad. You're right.
Also, do I want what?
Did you want to keep it charged? Cause
it's at 100%. Right?
My bad for
94%.
My bad for being fucking courteous.
Hey, you know what? Fuck you. I've got my charger too.
My bad for being fucking courteous to you, bitch.
Good, that's right. You're bad. Now let me crinkle this bag, and I brought some Japanese treats for us.
Jesus Christ, dickwad.
Brought some Meiji Choco Shrooms.
Anyways.
Because they're delicious.
Anyways, welcome to Dweebs and Weebs, the weekly, not weekly show where we talk about anime, all things related.
We're not even
I am Kurosaki. This is my name, Buzzbait, a.k.a. Benatar. This is Alex Marsman Bart, a.k.a. Alex Marsman Tark, a.k.a. Alex Marsman the Shark, a.k.a. Alex Marsman the Bark, Alex Marsman the Park. How you doing, man? How you doing?
Don't you ever introduce me by my real name. It's usually always been Bug Fang.
I did do Bug Fang.
You said Alex Marsman Park. Did you say Bug Fang?
I did.
Oh, maybe. I guess.
Do you want me to cut that out?
No. Chocolate shroom.
What is this?
Friendly shrooms. Speaking of friendly shrooms. Okay, I know this wasn't on the topic list, but you saw the live-action Avatar Last Airbender casting?
No.
Oh. Shit, they put out the casting. Hey, have you ever seen Kim's Convenience?
Yes, a little bit. Not all the way.
The dad. He's Uncle Iroh.
Wait, that's a good choice. That's actually a good choice.
It's a pretty damn good choice, right?
Yeah.
Except for...
Oh, no.
Why is the Korean playing what should be a Japanese man? Is he Korean? Actually, I don't know his actual nationality. He's just playing a Korean... Korean Canadian.
I get that in this situation it makes a little bit more sense.
It's gonna make more sense while I'm asking that in a second. Mind you, I'm using that as a lead-in. As a lead-in for why it doesn't look like Sokka is being played by an Inuit.
Why? Who's he?
It's being played by... I forget which nationality. My bet is Korean nationality, who has some Native American blood, Cherokee blood, I think. He's like 1/12 Cherokee or something. Although there's also a article about how that might be fake. But point is, he doesn't look it, and he also isn't Inuit. He's definitively not Inuit.
Who is it?
I don't know these people.
Oh.
I don't know actor
I thought you were leading up to it, you bitch.
I don't know actor names. I don't got a computer in front of me like we normally do, so I can't read shit out to you right now.
That's true. Yeah, this is a podcast that
Listen, we're just trying to get it out to you guys.
Yeah.
Trying to get it done.
We're recording on phones. And I do have mics. It's just I don't want to go in my room and set that up. Honestly, if I had a laptop...
Should I set this up left to right as opposed to what it's right now?
I think both should just probably be in the middle.
Yeah. Now we're more left right-ish.
Yeah. But this is the first podcast still we've recorded in at least my new place. Because I've been meaning to do it since I have,
yeah, that's true.
Space,
yeah.
Which is cool. Also, I was gonna save it for for Christmas, but I feel like I want to bring it up now because I'll probably forget about it.
Good, because all I need for Christmas is you.
It is. That's right. Don't you ever fucking say that ever again. Don't you ever say that to me. Anyways, do you know when we you know when we put out our first episode?
Now when?
It was around June or I think May.
Those are not the same months?
No, around May and June, around that time. Baby.
Oh yeah, anywhere from spring to summer, Dude,
right next to each other, you dickwad! May and June!
Oh yeah, they are.
You fucking dick!
I don't do calendars!
But still! Yes, one spring, the other one summer, but fuck you! It's close enough! Fucking dick ass! Anyways, it was around that time of 2018. Mm-hmm. It is now October of 2022.
Yeah. Dude, we've been doing this since before the pandemic. Before the apocalypse, man.
I sat down.
We're a pre-apocalypse podcast.
We are a pre-apocalypse podcast. I thought about it too. We've been on this for 5 years now. I didn't realize that.
And we put out maybe 1 year's worth.
Oh. No. A year, like maybe 2 months.
Really? You think we put out what? What would that be?
52.
62. Yeah, about a year and 2 months. How many have we put out?
This is 64, 65.
Okay. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I did the math.
I'll take that.
Yeah, a year's worth of play. You know what? Some people just give up.
True.
So
And some people, instead of giving up, eat the shitty bread end of their mushrooms so they can have more chocolate later.
Why do that?
So I have more chocolate later.
Ugh, you're gross. Anyways, I mean, it's not. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's been a while since I've asked this question. What have you been watching or reading? Recently?
A lot of books. But I'm guessing you're only interested in manga and anime, huh?
Depending on what the books are, maybe.
Well, a couple of pretty anime-looking books came into the store today, but I haven't read them yet. Some YA novels. It look like they're mechas, but we'll see. Let's see. What have I been reading / watching? Well, I don't have access to my list, but I went back and finished off Spy X Family. Well, almost finished off. I think I have 2 more episodes.
It's good that you're catching up because the newer episodes are coming out now.
Yeah, I know. I went back and rewatched Devil's a Part-Timer and have been watching Devil's a Part-Timer Season 2 now.
Nice.
God, there are a couple other things. What were they? Oh, right. I watched all of Cyberpunk in preparation for today's episode.
Which is what we'll be talking about today.
Yep. Also, in preparation for today's episode, I've been keeping up with Kaiju number, or some other episode, not today's episode. Kaiju number 8. And then, let's see. I've been reading a bunch of... I brought some stuff over for you to check out today.
I did request that, because it did sound
I know, so I brought you over the copies I don't have in storage. These are the ones that are available right now. The rest are boxed away in storage.
Speaking of storage, I don't mean to sidetrack. Did you ever find your magic cards?
No.
So they're just gone?
My $1,000 plus deck is just gone for now. We'll see if that ever comes back. I doubt it, if I'm being honest. Moving on.
My bad.
Let's see. What the fuck else have I been watching? Oh, lie. I feel like I've been reading more I've been watching. Let's check out my reading list. Let's see if it'll keep going if we do this.
I really hope it does.
902,
I hope it doesn't fuck up the audio too.
907. Yeah, it seems to be going.
Okay, go on.
Alright, so let's see. I wonder if I can.
Don't you just miss this post of, the dead quiet of Alex?
We can edit the dead quiet out now, alright? Thank you.
It'd be so dry.
Oh, that is porn. Oh, right. We should have talked about that, though.
Oh, you're fine. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, there's a beeping.
Man watching porn in my fucking house.
First of all, I was curious, alright? Second of all, it's not really porn.
It's fucking porn.
It's smash or pass with pornographic.
You had to get to porn to watch to get to that.
Alright, you know what?
And you only found that out because you were browsing porn and got curious.
That's not true.
What do you want porn for then?
I was looking for an artist because this Chunky
Moon
YouTube page. No, this Chunky Moon YouTube page posted an image that was pretty cool, but I couldn't find the artist elsewhere, or couldn't tell if it was an artist name or not. So I was looking up to see if there was a character or an artist, and then I was just going to look up the artist like Twitter or something. I don't know.
I swear to God, only you used Rule 34 for that.
Well, I'm sorry. It was a slightly horny, furry picture. What was I supposed to do?
What did you fucking read, you dick?
It was just a Chunky Moon thing.
No, your fucking manga!
Oh, I got sidetracked. What's manga?
I hate you.
Alright, manga I've been reading. Well, that's more porn. That's hentai.
Okay, do you want me to start about what I... Do you want me to start about...
maybe, except for no, I've got to... No.
I hate you. Okay, so tell me what the fuck you've been reading / watching.
Well, fine. Maybe I will.
Alex!
Well, it's not loading.
So...
Okay, what have you been
watching?
watching?
I have been watching... I watched a short anime because I was like, I need to start getting back into anime. And one of the first animes I started watching was Wonder Momo Battle Idol. It is a terrible anime.
Wonder Momo Battle Idol.
Yeah. It's based on a 1987 retro cabinet game called Wonder Momo. It's supposed to be like female Ultraman. Mm-hmm. Just and this anime is supposed to serve as a sequel to that.
No, there's already female Ultraman in Ultraman.
Look, I get it. I know there is, but that's the best way I'm explaining this. I'm not excluding the fact that there could be female Ultraman in Ultraman.
Then why couldn't you just say Ultra Woman?
Because that's the best relation. That's the best thing I could compare it to. Just it's female Ultraman.
All right, whatever you say.
Dickwad, Jesus. Anyways, it's fucking terrible. The pacing's awful. It seemed like no one cared about it at all whatsoever. It's also the same studio that made what's the anime I really fucking hate but I love the manga for. Regular Ragnarok. So that already gave me
the opposite for me. Really like the anime, can't stand the manga.
What about that anime? You don't even like the anime.
It's hilarious.
You only like the fact that it's so terrible animation.
Fun. No. What are you talking about? That shit is fun as fuck.
That anime is the definition.
Listen, me and my siblings turned that shit on, and it was funny as fuck to watch.
It's not supposed to be fucking funny though.
Listen. Occasionally it got kind of cool. First time I got cool was with Adam versus Zeus or whatever.
Yeah,
that was pretty damn cool.
That was cool, but it could have been. That anime is the definition of lost potential. I mean, you look at that manga, it's
the manga. What potential do you see?
Because you're looking at it, it's just it's just a dull thing. Yeah, it's it's not trying to be anything extravagant. It's coming in. This is what I have to offer. There are people that like it, and people that don't.
Yeah,
and that's
so for
fine.
me, it was living up to its potential. Its potential wasn't that high unless you artificially inflate the value.
No, in the year where animation is so fucking god tier, you give me that doodle can of bullshit.
Animation isn't god tier. We have animation that's god tier. That's not the average animation is god tier.
No, what I'm saying is if you're gonna find something like that. No, what I'm saying. Okay, there are animes that don't need a heavy dose of godlike animation because it can be catered. No, this one needed it because it has no substance. Otherwise,
exactly. So it didn't deserve it. Why?
No.
You are fundamentally misunderstanding how the allocation of resources in the anime world should be happening, all right? We should not be giving the maximum credit animation studios with the best animators to the shittiest works because otherwise they'd still be shitty. We should be giving them to the best works to further enhance them. We give Juju the best animation, and it's not just Juju, it's Juju on fucking steroids.
Bro,
Meanwhile, you give Record of Ragnarok Juju, and it's a shit anime with good animation.
Bro,
you're not getting anything special at Record of Ragnarok.
It would have some of the best fucking fight scenes if it's animated properly.
So
that shit would have been godlike.
Any anime that's animated properly. You can say the same thing about literally any anime. The difference is that there's nothing fucking special.
Imagine if Record of Ragnarok was animated like the beginning of God of High School. That shit would have been so lit. I mean, God hands, that would have been so fucking
let me pose another alternative. What's the worst anime you can think of?
Neo Yokio.
Yeah, what if Neo Yokio was animated like the beginning of God of High School? It would be fucking better.
That doesn't fucking matter because it doesn't need it. It doesn't need that because there's no reason for it to be as animated. It's okay.
The only reason you think the only reason you think this is because you don't like it. That's the only reason.
No. You want to hear what? No. You want to hear?
No. Every episode has a big fight.
You want no? It doesn't have a big. It has a few semi. You know, here's one. You know what's an anime that is over fucking animated? That honestly, if you scaled it back, it would have been fine. Come Can't Communicate. That has no reason to be as well animated as it does.
That's one of the other things I've been watching. Thank you for reminding me. I would have agreed with that if they had continued the quality from the first 2 episodes for the whole thing. But I honestly don't think it is over animated. I think it's properly animated for a just a recent take on an old fucking show. It's a romance slice of life, which has a long history of average to mediocre animation with individual moments of weird, superb godliness.
Okay, you know what?
Because that's part of the joke.
Okay, you know what?
It doesn't actually break out of that formula. It is average across almost the entirety of the show.
Okay,
with a few moments of god animation, which is it's really consistent. It's really consistent with the entire rest of its genre.
I just want to recognize to have cool fight scenes, man.
I get that.
It's one of the only turn off my brain animes I was looking for. Where it's I could sit there and it would be the funny. It doesn't have to be good. It would have been fun. It would have been so fun.
It was fun. Okay.
No, it wasn't fun. It was terrible. You suck.
You are lying to yourself.
No, you are delusional because you like tragedy for some reason. This is the same man who watches fucking people crash on motorcycles. You like watching train wrecks. You like watching car piles. This regular Ragnarok is a fucking car pile.
First of all, it's not that I enjoy watching them. It's that watching them brings me joy. This is the difference. I don't enjoy the fact that I like watching motorcycle crashes, but I find it hilarious and it makes me crack the fuck up. So that's a different and completely separate matter. Okay? I don't like watching motorcycle crashes. Just there's a weird defense mechanism that makes me crack the fuck up. Just I can't breathe laughing every time I see a body crumple against a semi. I don't know what it is.
I like how you call it a defense mechanism. Anyways, that's whatever. What else have you? No, what else have I been watching?
Yeah, what else have you been watching?
A lot of seasonal things. I caught up to My Hero Academia.
You did, huh?
Yeah. I hate Midoriya.
Should I catch up?
I don't know.
Should I catch up to million whatever billion %?
He's not. That was a one-off thing. That was so much of a one-off thing. Oh,
the only reason.
Wait, do you care? Do you care about
end up naming a character?
Do you care about
Mr.
spoilers?
Million or whatever?
Do you care about spoilers? For My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it. So yeah, a little bit. Why?
I was gonna bring up something that would make.
How big a spoiler is it?
Huh?
How big a spoiler? Is it?
It's kind of big.
Okay, then nah. I'm
good. Fuck. Okay. Damn. I really want you to know.
How big? How this? What characters is it involved?
It's Izuku. It's Midoriya.
God, then no, I can't do that.
But you don't care about the show, though.
But I do care about finishing it because it's not One Piece.
Well, we don't know that.
One Piece is the only show I've ever dropped and have no intention of going back and finishing. Probably.
I think I might start that soon.
No.
I can make a lot of content.
No.
From that. I can make a lot of content from that on my own channel.
But why would you want to?
Because it's popular enough to warrant it. It's popular enough to warrant it.
So is voting for Trump. But guess what? I don't think you're going to be doing that just to make content, huh? You dumb son of a bitch.
No, I'm not voting for Trump. That'd be a terrible idea.
Yeah, especially since we're Canadian citizens.
Totally, eh?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Totally.
Anyways. Fuck, what was I talking? My Hero Academia.
think they know we live in the U.S. by now.
Yes, we've brought up multiple times. We brought up the city we're at least near. I know that for a fact.
Most people don't keep track of that.
Fair enough. I think the one thing, the biggest thing going into it, it's somewhat spoiler, but also not really. Like everyone else, at least in my perspective, has at least. Okay, when I look at the world of My Hero Academia, right, and I look at everyone else.
So we're talking about My Hero Academia, not One Piece, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's maybe not something unique about them, but there's an aspect of their journey that makes me at least care. Where there's Bakugo, who's like, the edgy dude who's trying to be cool and not be defensive, but his journey is more of like wanting to be a hero, but doesn't come off as it. Todoroki's is him and his father and how he treats him and living up to, like trying to break out of Father's shadow while also trying to prove him that he could do it without his help. There's Endeavor that has his own thing with his moral idea of being the number one hero and what that means for him and shit and dealing with his family. Everyone has like at least some little thing that it makes sense, right? Like it'd be very like you can make them the main character and they at least have something you can follow. Midoriya, and I've looked at this the past 5 seasons. His only drive, I mean, obviously there's like the All Might thing, but everyone
I love All Might.
Everyone wants to be All Might. Everyone wants to be All Might, but
that's not true.
Okay, that's not true. A lot of heroes would want to be All Might. A lot of people who aspire to be heroes would want to be All Might.
I think more or at least they want to be like All Might.
Well, okay.
And a lot of them like All Might for different reasons. So, okay, you know what? I'm going to disagree with you on this one. There are a whole bunch of different reasons that people want to be like All Might.
This is not the thing
Hold on. And usually, the reason they want to be like All Might directly relates to their personality.
This is not even the point, though. This is not even... Okay, maybe I get that part, obviously. But, like... What's with
Are these Flaming Hot Cool Ranch?
Yeah. Well, okay, my thing is like, what's Midoriya's big following thing?
Well, based on the beginning of the show, it's I'm a quirkless little bitch that wants a quirk. Based on the
which is interesting.
Early mid part of the show, it's I was a quirkless bitch, but I'm the most powerful quirkless bitch of all time now because I got a quirk. And then it was the Chosen One shit, and that's about as far as I ever got.
Wait, what do you mean by the Chosen One shit?
Oh, they started adding bullshit backstory and saying that the all for one power and the one for all power were all fucking and whatever incestuous relationship they have.
Yeah. My whole thing, I think, is just like, it feels like more of the story of the quirk rather than the character.
Uh-huh.
And Midoriya's just kind of there.
I mean, that's what happens when you don't give any actual personality traits to your character other than he writes in a notebook about people's powers. He makes basic strategy like we're taught in school.
They don't really use that anymore. They usually use that aspect as...
So they got rid of his only personality trait?
They only use it for exposition dumping now. Anytime a new hero comes in, Deku knows, and it's like, oh, who's that? And they're like, what, you don't know this hero? This, that. And like, oh, he's... I learned this by the Force, and I went, oh, this is just used for exposition dump now. There's no reason. Because there's like the big episode where we get like introduced to like the big ones because they have a rescue arc. They're like, we have to... Our people are taken, so we have to save them.
I was bound for that arc.
Yeah, and like
that arc, I think I'm like one episode away from completing, and that's just where I accidentally stopped and never came back.
Because you're just like, I don't.
Like care. They had broken up to the surface, and he had gotten the little girl back or whatever, and he was doing a big fight, and that's all I remember now.
Yeah, that much after that. The dude after that, I think, is actually kind of an interesting villain. At least in terms of giving more context to how.
So what you're saying is the show depends on people other than the protagonist for all of its interest?
Oh, don't do that. You say that, but people like the dude Overload. Oh, Overlord? Overload? What was his name?
Overlord?
Not Overlord. It wasn't Overlord.
What are we talking about? We're talking
the
about
villain that was in the arc that you're currently watching. The dude that has the big mask that's like, oh, I had to destroy shit with my hands.
Why do people like him?
That's what I'm saying. He's a generic fucking villain.
I mean,
he won I think he won wait, did he win Best Antagonist? That 1 year?
No, because Aaron Yeager won Best Antagonist.
That was not that season.
It was every season. You see, they don't get to escape that shadow anymore. That's forever stained all my memories.
You're finally on my side, huh? You just know it. We're coming up to it soon.
Oh, is that why we started doing the podcast? Started doing the podcast again just so we could do the anime awards?
No.
We did.
No.
We did it again.
No.
Another year.
No.
Yep.
We will continue this. I swear.
We will continue this trend of only doing it right before up to in the season of the awards, and then that's it.
No, we do it a little after. We do a couple episodes after.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Do
actually.
we?
Yes.
Will we?
Yes.
We'll see.
No, I am determined to keep this going. I want this mainly because this podcast weirdly makes money.
Hey,
I don't get it, but it makes money.
Speaking of wanting this, so Rule 34, we almost touched on it earlier. So I did not know until today. I got curious since I was looking for an artist and or character.
I need a drink. You talk about it.
So I went to Rule 34 and I realized I never clicked on the menu icons. Ever. In my whole life. Every time I go to Rule 34, I know what I want, so I just type in whatever the fuck I want. I know the tags I want, I know the characters I want, I know the artists I want. So I finally clicked on the menu. And I saw something that confused me and intrigued me. Underneath all these menu options, underneath the stats option, there was a gotta catch 'em all button. And I followed it, and it's a hyperlink that goes to a smash or pass for Rule 34 of all the different Pokemon. It gives you random Pokemon every time you press either smash or pass. And I think, based on what they're doing, because it seems to show the most recent 10 images that have been posted of that Pokemon on Rule 34, I think it's an algorithm builder. I think it's seeing what it wants to recommend me based on my preference in Pokemon. I've convinced myself of this in the short minutes we had with this right before we went live.
I did not use this, by the way. This was on his phone.
I just discovered this on his internet.
I hate you.
I don't have no login or anything. I don't even know if you can log in.
For
Rule 34? I mean, you must be able to because there are all those comments below art and stuff.
Dude, I'm not in the shits like that. So I just go. I wait.
You never Rule 34?
I have, but I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for. I search it out. I write it out.
You look up one image and never have to scroll down to the bottom of the page to click on the next
I scroll, but I'm looking at pictures. I'm not looking at fucking. And it's shit. Even then, man, I'm not.
You ever even wonder what all that text you're passing by?
Rule 34 isn't even my main source. I'm either going on
Oh wait, actually, which Rule 34?
I don't even go Rule 34. I don't know. I didn't know there was multiple Rule 34s.
Yeah, there are two main ones I know. There's Rule 34.pahil, which is well, I think the main one is really. I think that's the true Rule 34. And then there's Rule 34, which despite the more base name, I think is the secondary Rule 34.
You think that's that wants to throw people off to like the real Rule 34.
I mean, really, one just they're optimized a little bit differently, and they've got different sets of ours stacked in different ways. I like the tagging system on the current version of Android a little bit more on the Rule 34 rather than the .py but I'm typically a py guy.
I don't care. I'm either reading Dojins or I'm on anime, dude. I'm not like the big Rule 34 guy.
You know you can find Dojins on Rule 34, right?
Yeah, but hentai is just a better selection.
No, and hentai is not better. You know why? Because it runs like fucking garbage.
It's fine.
It runs out of fucking foreign servers with fucking shit tick rates. It's awful. It's got horrible ads all over the place. It's got malware up the fucking ass.
Bro,
and hentai fucking sucks sometimes.
It's not a big deal.
If their server load is too high, which is like if 50 or more people at a time are trying to read shit on it, I swear to fucking God it tanks and fails to load half of my fucking... I mean, to be fair, I read some really long dojins, but I
haven't had a problem with it. And every time I've had a problem with it, it's always been like the site's just down or they're maintaining something like that. That's it. I've never had a problem with it in hentai. I don't know what to tell you.
Alright. Well,
what else have I ever watched?
Speaking of Rule 34, so Rebecca from Cyberpunk.
Are we getting into...
Have you heard the controversy?
Are we getting into Cyberpunk?
Are we?
We can. But first...
Is there anything else we need to do? I should probably catch everyone up on what I've been reading.
If you want to, yeah.
Alright, so I've been reading Kaiju number 8. I finally started Die Dark. Been going through Berserk. Nearly finished with Chainsaw Man. Read all of Blue Flag. That was fantastic. Reread that because I was reading that a while ago. I've been reading Sakamoto Days. Everyone out there should read Boy Meets Maria. It was really fucking good. It's a one-off. I got surprisingly taken in by... God, I forget what it's called. I was caught up in a hero summoning in a world that was at peace or something. That one has been pretty chill. Blue Effect or Blue, maybe it's just called Blue. What the fuck is it? Oh, it's called Colorless. That one's been interesting.
I don't know why I find that funny. What's it called? Blue this? Oh, it's colorless. It's like
the only color people can see seems to be blue for now. We'll see.
Blue
we'll
block.
See. There's
blue fucking whatever the other one was called. Huh?
Blue Flag.
Blue Flag. Blue Dragon.
I don't know. No Blue Dragon. Let's see. Is there anything else I've been reading? Any webtoons? Don't think I've been reading that shit. Been rereading some Nihai. I love Tsutomu Nihai. You should read some Tsutomu Nihai, dude.
I'll get to it. I saw
Girl from the Other Side. I'm nearly finished with Girl from the Other Side now.
There was a series I remember I saw and I read I think one chapter of, and I couldn't find it again. I think it's called Kaya's Not Scary or Kaya's Not
Oh yeah, I've got that at the store.
Oh, is it actually? I read it. That shit looks interesting. I read it. I was like, oh,
it's okay.
That's cute.
It's alright. It's okay.
It's alright. Why are you shit on my?
I'm not shit on you.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, physical manga. That's right, physical manga exists. There are actually a couple. No Country Without Humans, I think is one of them, or Country Without Humans.
I could probably tell you. Golden Kamuy is coming out with 4th season right now.
Yeah, I know. You told me.
I just let you know.
No Country Without Humans is what I think it's called. Is really sweet. I've only read a volume of that, but that's been sweet. Some vampire thing with a lolly vampire called Momo or something. Kind of a revenge porn thing. Not porn as in porn, revenge porn, It's a big revenge saga.
Okay, alright. Please don't call it revenge porn.
That's what that's called, though. That's that.
I don't believe you. I think if you go to anyone and tell them, hey.
Okay, well, whatever. It's a vampire revenge thing.
Okay.
Let's see. What else have I been reading physically? I know there are one or two other things. Shit. I got some in my car. Mostly books, though. Nona the Ninth just came out. Sequel to Gideon and Haro the Ninth. I haven't started reading that yet because I'm still on Haro, but that looked really fucking cool. It's about lesbian necromancers in space. Yeah. Yeah, you think about that. Yeah.
That's such a...
I feel like you awesome combo.
I feel like you just said words.
Lesbian, you know, girls who like each other.
No, I know.
Necromancers, you know, people who raise people from the dead with magic. In space. Like a space opera, like Star Wars is in space.
Thank you, sir, for explaining that.
You're welcome. It sounded like you needed it.
No, I didn't. You just wanted to be a pretentious dick.
Well, that's separate from the fact that it sounded like you needed it.
No, you are just an asshole. I watched the first episode of Bleach. That's good. Started watching Mob Psycho, season 3. I'm excited for that. The opening song for that and opening visuals is not as great as I wish. Visuals actually look really cool. The song, kind of disappointed by it.
Yeah, join the club.
You're the only one that hates the second opening. I
never said I hated it.
I know.
It's not as good as the first.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
You don't like it.
Let's see.
Oh.
What else has there been?
I've been watching, what is it? Seinfeld Love, so I try to prove it.
Oh, yeah?
For that.
Yeah.
It's,
boring as fuck, right? Yeah, I saw that coming. That's why I haven't started it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed. Like, a lot of things like I should have watched it, but also like.
Yep. That's why I haven't started it yet. I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, that. I heard. Oh! I was anime. I need to watch the last episode for it, but one I really liked from this season, Licorice Recoil. It was fun. That was a fun.
I've seen a couple like clips on YouTube. I think that made me interested in that.
Yeah, it was cool.
Like chorus. Yeah. Let's see. What else has there been? Any anime news that's been particularly interesting? I mean, we just got a final trailer today for Chainsaw Man.
That's true. I know you don't care about it, but they announced that they're planning on reanimating all of Naruto.
Old Naruto? I just finished that shit. Are you serious?
I'm actually
They're thinking about reanimating it now?
No, they are reanimating it. They put out a whole trailer little thing.
I'm actually kind of fucking mad. I fucking hated watching through that shit. I still haven't started Shippuden because I hated watching through that shit so much.
Oh, you haven't even started Shippuden yet?
No. I finished Naruto Original and that's it. That's as far as I've been able to push myself for that.
So this, from what it seems like, this series seems like it's going to be just Naruto and Naruto together. And like, yeah.
Naruto and Shippuden together?
Yeah.
Time for me to watch Shippuden first. I've already started, gotta finish it.
Yeah, that's a thing. I haven't heard any updates on it, and it sounds like he's still doing the season 3, but the dub voice actor for Mob Psycho, I think either after season 3 or maybe this season, but it sounds like he's back again. Although the voice sounds a little different. He's not reprising his role because Crunchyroll.
Wait, which guy from Mob Psycho?
The voice actor, the dub voice actor, didn't want to reprise his role because Crunchyroll didn't want to sign the union contract he was presenting. I thought that was just, that's like only other news I've really heard of.
Cool.
Yeah, I knew you weren't gonna have any opinion on that. All right.
I mean, I'll have an opinion, maybe. Here's the thing. I'd have more of an opinion if it was a speaking role. Thing is, Mob and Mob Psycho is barely a speaking role. When it's a speaking role. And it's not always a speaking role. There are entire episodes where Mob says nothing, I think.
You talked a lot in season 2.
I haven't seen much of season 2 yet.
You haven't seen season 2 yet?
I haven't seen much of season 2 yet. I started it and never finished it.
Okay, well, please finish season 2. That's a really good season.
I don't know if I can get through watching that intro.
Just skip it. Faggot.
Joking.
Oh shit! I need to censor that. Fuck! Ah!
What?
I said a bad word.
What word did you say?
I'm not saying it.
What kind of word did you say? Just say it and we'll edit it out.
No. That's more editing for me! No!
I'll just go back and put the note on it with the timestamp.
It's in the 40 minutes? Okay, I gotta pay attention to that.
I'll just make... Look, note! Note. Okay, what's the note?
I said a bad word. Just say it, just put that.
Isaiah said a bad word. Word a minute ago. Alright, what was the word? Now you have the editing.
I'm not telling you.
We have the editing point.
I'm not telling you. I don't want to send you 2 times.
It's just one big time.
Fuck
you think we're gonna keep all this shit in?
Yes. This will be the podcast version.
Fine, bitch. I'll just say something you got edited out.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Fuck you, ad break. We're going to an ad break. Fuck you.
I didn't say anything. I'm just waiting for
Doesn't matter. We're going to an ad break.
Just move on. Okay, fine. Ad break.
Alright.
What word did you say? Alright. So. Where were we before the break?
You were just getting into Cyberpunk 2077.
Was I? Was I? Speaking of Rule 34, Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, right. Actually, no, but seriously, on that note, you hear about the controversy?
Oh my god. Why is there... What controversy?
Because Rebecca's a lolly.
Okay.
Rebecca got super popular, and because she's portrayed as a lolly character, fully adult lolly, that's not even like pretend fully adult lolly, like just straight up fully adult with like that's just short with small boobs.
I'm about to say, yeah,
She's not portrayed as childlike or a child in any way, shape, or form.
A lot of
she's just a short woman with small boobs. That's it. That's the controversy is that a bunch of people tried to ratio people because liking Rebecca's wrong because she's a lolly.
So no one watched it. No one who says that watched the show and like saw any of the.
Are you surprised?
No, but like, no, no, I'm not. I'm really not.
Are you surprised, Choom?
Don't call me Choom.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay. So speaking of Rebecca, Cyberpunk. We both watched Cyberpunk at some point in the last 8 months between episodes.
Yes.
So, where should we start? First impressions?
First of all, it's Trigger. Me and you have both gone off about how we like.
Yeah, Trigger can do no wrong, seemingly. Even the shit that they do wrong is still pretty dang good.
Do you think they did wrong in this show?
What would you rate this show?
If I'm being generous.
No. What would you rate this show? Fuck generosity. Fuck other opinions. Just like, out of 10, you can do half points, whatever you're comfortable with. You can do 3.87624. I don't care. Just what would you rate this show? What number comes naturally to your mind?
6.5.
The fuck did you say, Chum?
6.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. You went to the body shop and got modded, and they took your heart out and replaced it with a lump of coal.
Oh my! Oh, is this gonna be a? Hold on. Is this gonna be a conniver situation? Is that what we're doing? Is this what's gonna happen? Is this what's gonna happen? Is this
if you
gonna
weren't
be?
emotionally connected to this fucking show, then you're fucking heartless.
I was emotionally connected. It's just like the pacing. I feel like they rushed through a lot of like what could have. I feel like we rushed through so much of the story that like we could have maybe taken like instead of 10 episodes, maybe do 13, so we could do a little bit more fucking establishing characters. Actually, let the story fucking breathe. I also, you know what?
So you never seen Studio Trigger before, have you?
I have seen Studio Trigger.
You know, I don't think they've ever done that.
What, 2 seasons or something?
No, they've never given a shit about establishing character and going at a slow pace. It's literally anti-Studio Trigger.
Okay.
First of all, the only show that's gone like a second season is like SSSS Gridman. The only one I still haven't seen, by the way.
I thought you'd seen Goodman.
Nah, I started, never finished it.
What the fuck?
I definitely haven't seen a sequel whatever.
The Sayonara?
SSSS Gridman. Whoever the fuck it is.
Oh my god.
I literally think they add more S's to it. But have you never seen like where they came from? Like Gurren Lagann is paced almost identically to this.
No, that's what
Actually, no, it's paced way faster than this.
Okay, I actually
with
never.
Even less development of characters.
Okay, I have actually never seen Gurren Lagann.
Have you never seen? What's one I know you've seen?
I've seen a lot of Trigger stuff.
Then you should be used to this pacing by now.
I am. It's just like, I felt like, I don't know. I felt like it was a little. I'm trying to remember what word for it. It just felt kind of messy to me.
Really?
Like
it felt messy.
I get what
Dude, this thing felt so fucking refined. This was so fucking tight. I'm not sure I can conceptualize what you mean by messy right now. Like, this was so like this was so trimmed. Not a single bit of fat on this piece of meat. This was like all just meat. Straight to the bone. No fat.
I don't know, bro.
What?
It didn't feel like organized chaos like Trigger usually does. Like, I get what you mean.
How did it not? How did you see that finale and not get organized chaos from it? How did you see the whole build-up? How did you not get the primary themes of the whole thing? It's literally organized chaos. They're doing a crime organization that isn't strictly organized. Like, literally, definitionally, in all of the stuff that they're doing, that's the focus of it. Unorganized organization.
Listen, I get
organized chaos.
I get that. Just to me, I don't know. When I sat down and watched it.
Oh, I get it. You don't like sad endings. You don't like an ending.
No, that
has something to say.
No. I was actually very surprised with the ending that they went. I was like, well, I'm not because it's Trigger and Trigger makes good endings to shit. But like to that,
I don't think this was a Trigger ending. This was the least Trigger ending Trigger has ever done. But I appreciate it more than I've ever appreciated an ending Trigger has done.
Actually, you are right about that. A lot of that is just
this was not a happy ending.
Yeah, a lot of it is extravagant and very like.
Even when there's tragedy in a Trigger ending, it's a happy ending.
Yeah.
This
best one I can think about is like
spoilers, by the way, full spoilers throughout.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be heavy spoilers.
Yeah, we're not really gonna do a no spoiler point. I don't think you can for this.
No.
Because like I said, there's no fat to trim. There's no details for us to talk about that aren't important to it. So it's gonna be full spoilers for the whole podcast.
Oh well, maybe you can change my mind on that.
On what?
How I feel about the show. Maybe you can give me.
Maybe. But I mean, it's interesting. Okay, so before we get deeper into it, my initial thing, my rating, my top of the head, like I don't want to think about it and get into it. Rating is like I instinctively want to say like a 7.5 or an 8.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a separate think about it rating. The part of me that thinks about narrative, focus, the team that worked on it, not just the aesthetic, but its actual connection to the world it's in, the amount of fidelity and accuracy to that world gives this thing like a solid 9.5. Like it's so fucking on point. And that's like, even if it didn't have as good a message as it does, even if it didn't have what it had to say, it still would have been a solid like 8.5 or 9.
You know what? I'll give you this. I haven't had time to think about it as much because I finished it right before I had to go to work. But I haven't had the time to actually sit with it, honestly. So like I like it's still fresh in my mind.
Alright. So where should we go with this? Should we start with animation? Should we start with sound? Should we start with the universe it's tied to? Should we start with themes or narrative? What should we start with? Characters?
Maybe we should start with narrative. Because like I feel like animation we can talk a lot about, but it's just gonna be us doing our.
All right.
Damn man, Trigger's amazing. Like I have nothing bad about the animation.
So narrative. This was first and foremost a cyberpunk narrative, and I don't mean cyberpunk the genre. I mean cyberpunk the world. This was a cyberpunk narrative through and through. One for the cyberpunk history books. I mean that quite literally. I mean the literal, like, in-universe history books. This is an event in Arasaka history, and I appreciate the fuck out of it.
I don't know much about like an actual cyberpunk universe, but I did enjoy it.
You ever play the game? Either the tabletop or the video game? Most people are interested in that.
No. This is actually like my first proper look at something truly cyberpunk. Cause like I didn't play Cyberpunk 2077. Cause like I can't run that shit on my PC for the life of me.
So this was your introduction to the world of cyberpunk.
Yeah. I will give you this. Like.
Okay, I'm starting to see why you rate it so low. I'll be honest. This was a cyberpunk wet dream. This was like the amount of fidelity to the world, and I don't just mean the world of the video game made by CD Projekt Red. I mean the amount of fidelity to the world, even for the pen and paper RPG, was fantastic. It was above and beyond.
So this is going to be an interesting review because, well, actually, this is a very perfect anime with for our podcast because you're coming in
with like full world experience.
I'm coming in with like nothing.
Like, I played the pen and paper RPG as a kid growing up. I played it before I ever played D&D. I played back in the day. The D&D I played was Shadow. Shadowgate, whatever the fuck. Which was basically cyberpunk D&D, like with orcs and trolls and goblins and everything, and cyberpunk.
Yeah,
and those were my pen and paper RPGs back in the day.
Yeah, and for me, like, cyberpunk didn't even get into my life like properly. Well, no, not like at all until like the video game came out. I feel like for a lot of people that was also the same case.
So, low key, I was really disappointed with the video game because I was so in love with the pen and paper RPG, and I feel like they sold that game as an extension of that pen and paper RPG. And while it had some really fucking good world fidelity, it was not the RPG experience I was looking for. So I kind of poo-pooed it at the time. I'm glad it's kind of come back and it's like doing a lot better right now.
I will say this has one thing I have heard positive for this anime is that it's brought in way more new eyes to like. Yeah, the world of Cyberpunk. Like
the game got number one on Steam or something for like a weekend or something. Or got massive player numbers.
Now here's
pen and paper RPG is actually selling okay.
No, here okay. So as someone who has like pretty much for like well, not like decades, but like at this point for like a long time, a lot of people are gonna look at this, right? And their immediate next connection or next like thing for them to dive in more into the cyberpunk universe type thing is 2077.
Yeah.
And for you, is that
it's the best next step for people. Yeah,
best next step? Okay, I was wondering because I know you didn't like. Because I know you and
people aren't into cyberpunk like that. People aren't into pen papers or RPGs like that. Really, I know D&D has gotten a lot bigger and has a big following, but if you're looking to get into it, here's the problem: is that Cyberpunk, the pen and paper RPG, has gone through its own history, right? And as different big events have happened in its history, the game has evolved with each like bit of iteration to it, right? So it's got a big history, but not everyone who gets into it is even going to be into that history. But I think the Cyberpunk game is a really good layman introduction to that deeper history. It ties in to some of those figures, the big historical figures for Cyberpunk, like Johnny Silverhand and Adam Smasher and the Arasaka Corps.
Wait, Johnny Silverhands?
Yeah.
The like long armed dude, or
no?
Wait, who's that?
Johnny Silverhand is the main character attached to V. V is the main character of Cyberpunk.
Oh.
Johnny Silverhand is a historical figure in the Cyberpunk world.
Oh, okay. Well, did he show up in the anime?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Adam Smasher showed up in the anime.
I know that Adam Smasher showed up.
Adam Smasher showed up. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting, I was expecting, the Trigger, big ass, fucking, full brawl shit. I was not expecting Adam Smasher to just be like, yeah, fuck everyone.
I'm here, fuck you, you're over.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, that's Adam Smasher. Yeah.
Yeah, usually, especially with Trigger things, it's it's Little Witch Academia, fucking Kill la Kill, all that shit. It has that big fucking finale shit. That was dark. That was just fuck everybody.
That's how Adam Smasher be in the world, by the way.
Huh?
Adam Smasher be like that in the world. He is a constant reminder that everyone else is just a fucking human. That's his point. He's there to put everyone else in the universe in their fucking place.
Damn, that is actually fucking good saying.
It's yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It's also okay. I feel Rebecca.
Okay, we're gonna start with characters then. Okay.
Because that's the one that I've heard some.
Okay, we're gonna start a narrative, Rebecca.
Yeah, we're gonna start a narrative, Rebecca. No,
so characters. Yeah, let's do characters.
Rebecca. I don't get
Rebecca, the lolly. I don't. She's not a lolly.
No, okay,
she's not even sold as a lolly. I don't even reveal that she's like.
Here's the thing though. I think we brought it up earlier, where it's there's people on the internet.
David, my man.
Don't go fucking killing yourself, asshole. Here's the thing with Rebecca. I think both sides, because you brought up the fact where it's there's people who thought she was a liar, was not. I think both sides fuck up. Because I think there's the side that obviously, is just she's a fucking lolly. Why are you guys sexualizing her? But there's people on the other side who I do think they think she is a lolly, and they're treating her like a lolly.
No one thought she was a lolly in this. There are people who call her lolly as in the body type lolly, which is a different kind of thing that part of the anime, so part of the community buys into. Lolly as a concept being separate from Lolita as a concept, which I don't agree with.
I don't either.
I think there's a separation from reality there for those people, and they don't realize that that's just being into small breasts or small butts.
Yeah,
that's not.
And even
being
then,
into.
I don't even think okay, maybe I'm tripping out here, you would say that the difference between someone being like a lolly type and then someone being like more of a short stack, right?
Yeah, there's a big difference. Yeah,
I think Rebecca's more of a short stack.
Short stack is definitionally big boobed, so that's the stack and short stack.
Does that wait really?
Yeah, the stack and short stack is thick booty and thick boob.
I thought short stack was just calling somebody short.
No.
Wait, what? Wait, are you sure about this?
Yes, you have to be stacked and short. Otherwise, it's just short.
We're gonna look this up as a podcast just because both.
If you're short and petite, so part of the anime community thinks that's what lolly is just short and petite. I disagree with that. I think there's a difference. I think you can be into like fully grown women who are shorter and petiter, and not be into lolly.
Yeah.
Or not be into lolicon. I really just think lolly is short for lolicon. It just is.
Yeah. No. I will listen. You're not gonna have any.
If someone tells me they're into lolly, they're into lolly.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not into short women.
They're into lollies.
They're into lolly.
Yes, I know, and you're not gonna hear any disagreement from me, friend, about any of that at all. I also think she got another thing we brought up too was the fact that she got the most amount of love for the smallest amount of screen time. I'm pretty sure Kiwi got more time than her, right?
Yeah, Kiwi got way more time. Yeah. Kiwi got so much more time.
I'm pretty sure,
I am a little bit sad that there wasn't more Kiwi love, honestly.
I get it.
Kiwi was a fucking good character and one of the only characters to actually appear nude in multiple episodes.
Yes.
I am shocked she didn't have more of a following.
I honest to God, I think it's a personality thing.
It definitely is.
I think the fact that
she did have that classic Studio Trigger rebel.
Yeah, that rebel, also just super horny, not giving a fuck. Like
she was also relegated to a background character for 70% of the runtime, and then the last 30% where she's an actual side character, not a background character. She's the side gig. She's the side chick to the main chick, who's clearly defined as the main chick.
Yeah. I will also say I did really love the relationship between
Lucy and David.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I actually remember the characters' names in this.
I do too. Yeah. I said that. But I don't know if it's because this was a good show.
Reasons. One, its names we're more used to, which makes it easier.
Is that racist?
As a technicality, depending on how you define that, yes and no. Yes, it's racist because, our brains are doing a subconscious racism. But no, it's not racist because we're not consciously invoking power over another race.
We're not invoking power.
It's academically racist only.
It is only academically racist. It is not actively or all that, but it is academically racist.
I don't hate people who aren't named Rebecca. And I don't treat them differently, just my brain can't recognize their names as well because I don't hear them as often. And you know what? I can prove this too. This is really easy to prove because our favorite people that we do hear of a lot, people whose names we're more used to, I can remember Satomu Nihai no problem usually. That's a strange name. I shouldn't be able to remember that as well as other names. But because I have a lot of exposure to him, because I've read him a lot, I can recognize his name a lot easier.
That is true. There are certain characters from certain
Hideo Kojima. Remember that name?
Yeah. Junji Ito.
Junji Ito, Miyazaki, both Hidetaka and Hayao, Goro Miyazaki even. We remember people we have a lot of exposure to the names of. So the problem is that I don't have that much connection to people named Shiro. So when it pops up in Fate, I'm not going to necessarily remember it right away. I'm lucky I remember it right now.
You know what? Fair.
So no, it's not.
Okay, cool. I thought I'd ask.
But I appreciated being able to remember names. But part of the reason I remember names is because I cared about the characters in this.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm sorry. You can give me the same fucking anime protagonist over and over and over again. I'm not going to remember their names if they're not different from another anime protagonist. And the problem with a lot of anime protagonists these days, they're not different from other anime
They're
protagonists.
really not.
They're all the
It
same.
feels like we've entered this is we're far removed. Which actually no, it's not because it's kind of the reason why I like David.
Yeah.
But
David has a super relatable fucking life and backstory.
He really does, and it feels like there's like a certain sheet. I feel like David was made in the mind of okay, how can we have the audience relate to this character versus other animes where I feel like there's how can we have the audience project themselves onto this character?
I'm so glad you feel that way because you're wrong. No, but hear me out. So, I love that you feel that way, but
wait, why do you love? Okay, hold on, no, you didn't bring out why you love. Why you love?
So I love that you feel that way because you're right to feel that way. You're supposed to feel that way, but you're not supposed to feel that way because they actually tailored the character to feel that way. You're supposed to feel that way because that's the point of the genre it's in. So Cyberpunk, both as a genre and especially as a property, its whole point, its whole focus forever is to emphasize the role of a person. And I don't just mean of a character, I mean of a pre-existing character oftentimes. Cyberpunk has a long history of having actual characters who affect the actual world that you grow to love and care about, and the reason you do is because they're all built like real people are built. They're all built to be replaceable, like real people in real life. They're all built to be infinitely replaceable and infinitely relatable. They all have experiences that we probably have shared to a certain amount, and they all have lives that we share to a certain amount. They all have feelings that we share to a certain amount. And that's kind of how cyberpunk characters are built. They built a pretty archetypal cyberpunk character with this. They built a street punk through and through. And it worked really well.
Yeah.
They built him to be a body model. They built him into his class pretty damn well.
Okay.
So I'm really glad you felt that way, because that's the point of the genre is for these infinitely replaceable people to feel exactly like people. These cogs in the cyberpunk machine, right? The people that want to be special but ultimately can never be that special because you're only playing with them for a campaign. These people who are infinitely special to you and then got fucking raped by Atom Smasher.
That, you know what? That I think that is the thing that hit the most is like it's not even taking in the whole series, just taking in like the last 2 episodes. You see fucking David going off on like people with the fucking the cyber skeleton and just using it, and everyone being like, he shouldn't even be fucking doing this, but he's still fucking going, but him obviously slowly creeping into fucking
Not slowly.
Oh, okay, no. He at the very least gradually to
all at once, all the time, barely staving off with every injection.
Wait, what's it called again?
Cyber psychosis.
Cyber psychosis and shit. And like you think he's gonna have this like last fucking hurrah, I'm about to fucking say it again, and it's just like no.
Isaiah, did you catch the drug metaphor though?
Yeah, I did.
He was always a cyber psycho.
Yeah.
He was always an addict.
Yeah, I know. I realized that.
He was
the moment
more and more.
No, I realized that the moment where fucking Doc was going up to him like, sooner or later, bro, gotta get you think you can hold it off, but you gonna fucking feel it, dog. And I was like, oh shit, this is. I was like, oh shit, it's a drug reference. It's just one big fucking drug reference, dog.
Well, I mean, that's one of the big themes in the cyberpunk world is addiction to cyber modding is a big thing. Not just addiction to cybermodding, but specifically the relation cybermodding has to corporations and people. You're nothing. The corporation uses you for an experiment, and that's it. That's your life. You're gone.
That's depressing.
Yeah, Cyberpunk is depressing. And I fucking love that they caught that. I'm so glad that they used that. Cyberpunk is all about you feeling special until you're fucking nothing. Johnny Silverhand, top of the world. Fucking nothing.
What about Adam Smasher?
Adam Smasher is there to remind you you're fucking... Adam Smasher is a inhuman, literally and figuratively, machine of the machine. Literally and figuratively. Who's also the enforcer for the largest corporation in the world who doesn't give a fuck about that corporation. He is the embodiment of no one gives a fuck about you.
Because he could take out that organization if he wanted to, right? Or no?
Probably not.
Probably not?
Nothing can.
No. Well,
No one can. If you play the game, you'll discover that. The CEO of Arasaka Corp is like fucking domed in the first 5 minutes. Dude, literally Adam Smasher in the game, in the first 5 minutes, you're hiding in like the CEO's suite or whatever. And Adam Smasher walks up to you, sees you hiding. He's scanning the wall you're behind. He's looking right into your eyes the entire from the very moment he walks up this elevator and walks into the room. He's looking straight at the character. You can tell. If you like cheat and have like your scanning shit by that point, like you do New Game Plus shit and you have your scanning shit, you can actually see that he's aware of you because there's a mod that lets you highlight people who are aware of you, and he's highlighted. He just doesn't give a fuck. You're there to kill the CEO. You're there to fuck up shit up. He doesn't care. And he's just gonna fuck you later anyways. He's just Adam Smasher. He's been around for the Corporal Wars by this point. He's fucking an inhuman monster.
So sad. I'm so depressed now. Fucking giving the show a 5. I'm joking. Oh man.
So, for the first time in a while, I cared about a trigger couple. That was nice.
David and Lucy.
Yeah, David and Lucy. I care about them like as two individual people and as a couple.
Yeah.
It's sad watching their like relationship kind of fall apart because they're trying to protect each other
in their own ways.
So, yeah.
Just destroying both of them.
Totally missing the point with each other. He should have just taken her to the moon.
Yeah, he probably had enough money at that point to just fuck it.
Did you see how modded his fucking bod was?
Dude, yeah.
Yeah. They had more than enough.
Credits
for that trip a long time ago.
Yeah. I assume so. They moved into a different apartment, like once,
yeah.
What is it, Maven? Mace? Maven? Martin?
The phone?
The black guy.
You can't even remember the black guy's name? Isaiah, you're black.
Shut up!
I think it was Mace or something. I don't know. I don't remember his name quite as well either.
I know it started with like an M.
Yeah.
I don't know. It called him Marvin.
Fucking asshole. What about him?
Mace? Marvin? I'm sorry, go. What were you saying?
You were saying something.
What's that? Oh, what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, by the time he dies and they show that next episode David's taking over operations, they moved into a different place by that point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say like they definitely could have gone on the moon. I don't know why.
I mean, you know why.
Yeah, I know why. It just, would have been nice.
Also, did you notice that Arasaka Corp never lost anything and they got everything they wanted?
Did they?
Yeah.
What were their goals? They wanted someone to try out
Uh-huh.
both the Link thing and Cyber. They wanted to test on David.
Yep.
Got back one of their own. Oh my god.
They wanted to get rid of the hacker chick. She ended up going to the moon. She ran away from Night City forever.
Oh my god.
Arasaka got everything they wanted.
Oh
and covered it all
no!
up and never lost anything.
Oh!
That's the entire point of Cyberpunk right there. In a nutshell.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That gives it a whole extra point. I did not even realize that. It's at least at a 7.5.
Dude, even the fixer and shit that they hired didn't matter. Everyone with supposed power that we ever got to see never had any.
That's great.
That's the Cyberpunk world right there.
That's great, yeah. Osaka Corp got everything.
Uh-huh.
Jeez.
They didn't fucking lose shit doing it either.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so. Now, see, I'm thinking about it more. And I just,
Meanwhile, did any of the heroes of the show win anything?
hey, that driver got some money.
That driver ended up getting fucked.
No, he got away.
Sure.
Oh no.
Sure.
Does it get fucked in a different type of story?
Let me put it like this. What kind of situation would you be in if you were a gang member who lost your entire gang, also most of your body, also was possibly fatally wounded, also was on the run from the biggest corp, and also had no chance of escaping?
But he escaped.
Did he?
Yeah, what was he?
Was he on the moon?
No, we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened to him. You don't know what happened to him. Fuck you.
You're right. You're right. I don't. I know what happened with Lucy. She ended up alone on a cold piece of rock without anyone she loved in her life. Staring at a world that hated her, that she tried to escape, and looking up, unable to feel the rays of the sun that her husband wanted to feel so much.
I think you're just depressing.
That was literally the framing of that moment.
No, the framing of the moment is that David gave her a dream that she always fucking wanted, you cunts. Was David there to enjoy with her? No. But that's because David did everything in his power that he could do.
He'd bring her.
Huh?
He promised he'd bring her.
Yeah, and he did exactly that because that was his promise.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
She had to do it on her own.
On
a cold piece of rock.
If it wasn't for David saving her and giving up his life so they could get away, she would never.
Hear something even worse?
Ever have.
She has cyberpsychosis.
How do you wait? Where?
She literally saw David on the moon. She was hallucinating it because she has cyberpsychosis.
Nah, you tripping. Nah.
Do you know the framing for why she has cyberpsychosis?
Nah, you tripping. Nah.
Extensive bodily modification, a fear of going deeper in the net, forcing herself to go deeper in the net for years, defending David, protecting David.
Nah, you tripping. Nah.
To the point where she's unable to be going on missions during the day. Not because she's tired, because that's not a thing in Cyberpunk. The only reason she would be also neglecting her duties with the gang as the number 2 person in it, if she's also succumbing and is trying to put that off. She's trying to delay it as much as possible. She's trying to not dive outside of her personal protection of David because she knows she can't handle it. She will go the same way David's going.
Nah, you tripping on me. You tripping. You tripping. You just want.
You know how else I know?
You're tripping, bro.
Because she hallucinates feeling the sun on that cold rock even though she can't.
You tripping, dog. You tripping, dog. You just want sadness all over. You just can't fucking.
Anyway, it has one of my favorite endings of any anime now.
You're tripping, dog.
I do like a good sad ending when it has a good point. Message was you're all cogs in a big machine. That machine is so big that you will never be able to touch it. And even the things within it that are cogs don't matter.
So that's what it takes for you to get scored for you, huh? Depressing ass shit. You just want to be sad. Let it be known, podcast listeners, that Alex only gives high scores to sad things.
It's not just sad things. It can be happy things.
Name a show that you've given a high score to a happy anime. 8.5.
Excuse you? So many.
Like?
Full Alchemist Brotherhood.
That is not happy!
That's a great happy ending.
The show itself is not happy.
Dude.
That shit, you go through so much turmoil. Sure, it's a happy ending, but there's so much turmoil in that fucking
show.
show.
There's so much good humor. People who you love. Characters who love each other. Even some of the villains are fucking heroes or well loved by
we had to watch Razor Hughes die! How is that enjoyable? There's the Big Brother scene!
Major Hughes died so that Elric brothers may live.
Fuck you! He didn't have to!
And you know what? We still had our best boy and best girl.
Who is best boy?
Mustang and Hawkeye.
I would have preferred
best
Razor
boy
Hughes.
and best girl. What?
I would have preferred Razor Hughes.
I mean,
Razor Hawkeye, I'll give
honestly, you know who actual best boy and best girl are? Not with each other, because...
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Dude, the Armstrongs. Let's be real, them Armstrongs. Come on. Alex Armstrong? Fucking, oh yeah. He's the best boy.
Overused though.
Excuse you?
Overused. I get it.
Please.
He was just so wholesome though. It's like.
Actually, I take it back. Winry might be a little bit better than
Riza?
Than Riza.
That's a new take from you. I swear you didn't like Winry.
No, I like Winry. Just remember she's not best girl. Actual best girl is still Hawkeye. Don't worry.
But you just said that Riza was better than... I asked you better than Riza and you said yes.
Yeah.
So you think Winry is better than Riza?
I think Winry's better than Riza. And I think Hawkeye is better than Winry. Wait, she...
Riza, and her whole name was Riza Hawkeye, you dumbass!
For a second, I thought...
Are you talking about Armstrong?
Yeah, I thought Riza was Armstrong.
No, that's Olivia!
Yeah, Olivia, yeah.
God damn.
Olivia, Winry, Hawkeye.
Also, this is not Cyberpunk. This is so far removed. At best, you can call this steampunk.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. Perfectly happy ending. No one even fucking died.
When I mean happy ending, I mean a show that has like... It's actually happy. It's actually like...
Avatar: The Last Airbender is happy.
No, it's fucking not. Not all the way,
what
at least.
Fucking show were you watching?
Dude, do you know how it's bullshit? And first of all, it's an old war. War is not happy.
Alright, fine. Every fucking romance anime I've ever loved.
What's a high score you've given to? What's an anime you've given a high... What's a romance anime you've given a high score to? At least 8.
I was about to say Golden Time, but that's not the best example.
I was about to say, you want to bring up Golden Time!
It has my greatest fear and worst and most tragic...
Jesus!
Most tragic possible.
Holy
Italian
shit! I asked you to bring up a happy romance anime. You bring up Golden Time? The fuck is wrong with you? Holy shit!
I'm just trying to think. Okay, hold on.
Oh my god!
There has to be a happy one on there. Hold on. I just realized Suzuko's really depressing. It's about a sports athlete with depression.
Did I just call out that you give?
Hold the fuck!
Are we finding out that Alex is Ollie?
I like happiness. Just wait.
No, you don't. Oh my god! Yeah, something Saturday something is the higher score you give it.
Tiger was happy.
No. There is.
Ryuji is mine. I remember Ryuji's name. What the fuck?
Oh, look, dude,
How the fuck can I remember Ryuji's name?
Also, the anime was. I'm pretty sure the anime wasn't called Tiger. I think it's called Toradora.
I know. I remember Tiger's name.
Either way, the sadder something is, the higher score.
Hold on, that's not necessarily true. I like a lot of comedies.
I'm waiting. 8.5 or above, friend.
Full Metal Panic for Mofu. Not a single bit of tragedy in that.
What do you rate that, though?
8.5.
Okay, you have 1.
Ghost Story. I don't rate it high. I love it, but I don't rate it high.
I was saying, I'm like, hey, I know perfection.
I know one. Come on, you know it. You know it. Society acknowledges it.
What?
What did you think I was talking about?
Ooh, no, I'm not telling you.
No, what did you think I was talking about?
I'm not telling you, because I'm not gonna lie. There is another one.
I was gonna say Baka and Test.
Oh, do you rate that one high?
Yeah!
Okay.
That's a solid 8 right there.
Okay. No, 8.5 or higher. That was the score I established.
Can't do individual seasons?
No.
Oh. I mean, 8 is really high for me, dude.
It's high for you, but on the scale, it's
like my average is actually somewhere around 5.1.
Okay, fine. Okay, I get I get that. Like that's your average, but like
8 is pretty extraordinary.
But points for you like that matter. Like 8 is something that you could look at and be like, that was really good. 8.5 is like you actually struggle to debate whether that was good or not. Something that because I've seen you do that. I've seen you sit there and struggle like fuck like. And always 8.5 for you. Always is like it's missing one thing that's like pushing it over the edge. So that's why I say 8.5 or above for you.
All right, purely enjoyable, more than 8.5. I'm not allowed to look at my metal list because it's on my phone. It would just take too long. Hold on. Did I give it an 8.5 or just an 8? Just an 8.
Which one were you thinking of?
Bento.
Oh, I remember you were gonna. Okay.
Okay, the problem is comedies don't have great animation usually. I'm sorry.
The scapegoats come out.
It's just
So let it be known that Alex only gives 8.5s or higher to
no,
sad
that's not true. It's not only. I did name one. All right.
One does not make the exception, friend.
You mean does not make the rule?
No, the exception does not make the rule, my man. The exception does not make the rule, my friend.
There's gotta be. Okay, if you allow 8s, there's way more.
Yeah, but you'd be bad faith in saying 8.
I don't think I would. I would, in good faith, say I'm highly rating something.
Yeah, but
if it's above a 7.5.
Yeah, but I didn't say you highly rating it. I'm saying you thinking it's like, which yeah, you think that, but like an 8 for you and an 8.5 are vastly different.
Okay. There's actually an intrinsic problem with this. If you're talking about like what I think of as a masterpiece, there's a problem.
No, not masterpiece.
I don't think comedies are typically as capable of masterpiece.
No, not masterpiece. Because I know.
But here's the problem. I don't rate higher than 8 without masterpiece. Like like appreciation. Like unless it's like bordering on it, nothing's going above 8. You do have to reach about that level.
Yeah. Okay.
And the problem is that there's going to be way more tragedies near there because most people, I would say, agree with this. There's not as much emotional depth in comedy as there is in tragedy. Typically, when you write a tragedy, you're aiming for emotional depth, so it's gonna happen more often.
Dude,
when you're writing comedy, you're not often aiming for emotional depth.
I get that, but like. I don't even think.
Oh, Happy Romance! I rated maybe a solid 10. Horimiya.
Did you actually rate Horimiya?
It was either a 9 or a 10. Yeah.
You actually, when we were doing
it was nearly perfect.
When we were doing the anime awards, you were dick writing the fuck out of that anime.
I was dick writing.
You were dick writing the fuck out of the anime. Okay, fine, fair. That's still like 2.
If the animation was better,
okay.
I would rate To the Moon or Over the Moon. To the Moon. The one about the girl.
Oh no, yeah.
The boy falls in love with and marries.
I know which one you were. I know which one you were talking about.
Yeah. That would be a 9 if it had better animation, or like just was a bit more special.
Damn. What the fuck? I'm trying to think about what was
Spy X Family. By the time I finish it, that shit's gonna be earning a fucking 8.5 or 9, dude.
I didn't want you to say that. I was also gonna bring up Golden Commonwealth, but I don't know where you put that up.
Oh yeah! Golden Commonwealth is a solid 8.5 or 9, depending on the season. The lowest I think I've rated one of those seasons was a 7.5.
Also, I get your reasoning where I feel like you don't rate masterpieces with some emotional depth, but I feel like
there are not many comedies that
there's not any comedy that aim for emotional depth, but
and the ones that do,
but I feel like
I acknowledge.
But I feel like doing that kind of limits what the product could be. Cause I feel like there's some comedies that like are extremely super funny that
doesn't, but it does mean that it's less likely. So this is like. It doesn't limit what I can think of as a masterpiece. The problem is that genres are inherently self-limiting.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me break this down to let me see if I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
So you're not necessarily saying that a comedy without emotional depth can't be a masterpiece. It's just that
it has a much higher.
It has a higher probability to be a masterpiece.
So they're like, in order to hit masterpiece level, there are like a whole bunch of things you can do. But the more you restrict yourself, the harder it is to do it. So comedies, by their nature, don't have a whole lot of things that non-comedies do have. Yeah.
So you would say that there is easy paths to become a masterpiece. It's just that certain genres remove those check marks in order to fit the genres.
This is something I don't think people get, especially like the typical Christian mother does not get this. Violence is a shortcut to depth. There is so much in our lives tied to violence that it is almost impossible not to accidentally hit on depth when involving violence.
And that's why Cyberpunk advertisers is so good.
Exactly!
God, this is why we're a good fucking pair. So yeah, Cyberpunk advertisers. That
gore.
There was a lot of gore in that show.
Holy
There was a lot of probably unironically, I think one of my you know what? I could say 6.5, but I'm actually talking about it quite plausibly. I think I got to change my score. One of my probably it's such a good scene of just like it's not him in the real world, obviously, but it's when like he's done in that like he wakes up in that room that's fucking full of bodies and shit, and it's him like falling into that fucking cyber psychosis and getting hunted down by like the SWAT team and shit.
Yep.
And him experiencing his own death. I thought that was a beautiful scene. I love that scene. That scene was great.
It was.
Yes.
Alright. Oh. Where were we?
I am not gonna lie. I do not remember.
I think we had just started getting into characters like Rebecca. I think we're on Rebecca.
No, we talked a lot about Rebecca, because then we talked about Rebecca.
We talked about some of the lawless and stuff, but we kind of got sidetracked. We didn't really talk about Rebecca.
I mean, we different. Well, I mean, there wasn't much else to say. It's kind of that was kind of it with Rebecca. Other than that, she didn't have much screen time.
Yeah. It's a shame too because she was a really cute character.
No, I do like her design. Like her design is, she had an adorable design. It's just
Design, execution.
Damn. Now that I think about it, what like who was there? There was
But
Rebecca.
then that's kind of life.
There was what
Two
Rebecca.
people come in one, go out the other.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Everyone dies. It's a mod world out there.
It's a muddy mod world out there. You talked about the relationship with Lucy and everything. What else did we talk about?
Hey, cat.
There's a cat near me.
There's a cat near you.
And it has an affinity for fucking thwapping people with curly hair. So if it thwaps me, you hear a thumping sound. That's me pushing the cat off the fucking couch.
Yeah, it's just him murdering a cat, don't worry.
Cover myself, but also make myself know. Anyways, because we talked about the fucking David and Lucy's relationship.
You know who we didn't really talk about?
What?
Lucy. Lucy was best girl, and Lucy earned it.
Yeah,
Lucy
yeah.
was fucking there.
Yeah, she was the best girl in this show. At first, for a couple of episodes, I was like, eh. But I mean, I guess that was the point. You're supposed to feel kind of.
Yeah, you're supposed to. Yeah, I almost feel like they set her up to specifically be meh.
Yeah,
And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, actual human being, also a replaceable cog in the machine.
Yeah. Which is sad, obviously.
Yeah, notice how the theme was people thinking they're special, not being special.
Yeah. Which is funny because it's funny they do have a scene where, I think David and Lucy are having like the argument, and it's just like what, like I'm special, and she's just like no, you're not, and I think that was Lucy's way in a sense of just reminding David kind of just where his place is in the world realistically, of just like listen, like you think you can do this, but you really can't.
It was her begging him not to do what he was doing.
Yeah.
It was a good show, dude.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Great use of themes. Great use of its world. Fantastic fidelity to its world. Holy shit! Have you seen like the morphologist video that compares the anime to the exact same like places in the game?
No.
Dude, 1-for-1 perfect accurate recreations of the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
crazy.
shit.
It's crazy.
That's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah. And so many of the places you can like visit everywhere in the anime. You can just visit all of those places.
That's cool. Honestly,
They worked really hard side by side with the studio to do it.
Oh, I would assume so. Well, it sounded like CG Project Red commissioned Trigger to be like, hey, we want to make this, which I find it funny.
But they didn't just commission them to make something. They worked with them to make it the whole way through.
That's good. That is good. I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad it's helped their video game. Hopefully, they can now bring out a good, life patch to the game, so it's sustainable to play.
It is. It has been for a while.
Has it?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting another really big patch at the beginning of next year, but that's like, I mean, just that. It's a really, really big. It's like a big new version number with a whole bunch of updates.
Yeah. Well, shit.
It's been much, much, much more playable. Right now, it's at the place I would have expected it to be with a proper launch.
Mm.
And we're like a year later, so that's fitting. They needed an extra year of work, and it shows.
Okay.
But they've had that extra year of work now, and it shows. It's a lot more finely polished. They put out some official modding stuff so that you can make things for it totally copacetic. They put out their own modding tools for it. It's great.
All right. I mean, that's good to hear at the very
It's
least.
in a really healthy place right now.
Mm-hmm. Shit. Is there anything that we should go off into this?
And we could always talk about side characters. We could always talk about the smaller characters that are just all magical in their own ways. Every character in this was so well crafted, and just exactly what they needed to be.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. It's just like I don't have much to say on those. But like I don't disagree, but it's just like this character is cool. He did this and that.
Each
I like
one
the dog.
is
I
a
got
reflection of a part of David too.
Huh?
Each one is a reflection of a part of David too.
How so?
Think about it. Think about every person in the crew. We have the leader he literally took over for. We have the jokester obsessed with mods that literally inspired his whole turn, his whole anti-psychosis binge. We have the girl that inspired it all, who's also just like him, defending the other person, tragic backstories. You've got the like everyone is like a mirror image of some part of him because they're all the same as each other, despite how different they are. It's great.
Yeah, I see where you come from that. And shit, is there anything else to say? I feel like we're coming to the natural end of the conversation. Alright, man. So what's
Take
what,
me
what
to the
so what's your final score for this?
final critical evaluation. 9.
9? I'll get 8. Probably my final score for it.
Well, we got you up from a 6.5.
That's true. That's true. You got me up for the 6.5. I think it's an 8.
It was really fucking good.
It was a good show.
It had a lot of action. They didn't really talk about the action or the animation. I mean, we kind of just mentioned it's Studio Trigger and moved on, but it wasn't just Studio Trigger. It had a lot of flavor that was unique to this.
No, I know. Okay,
it was definitely Studio Trigger being okay. It felt more refined than a Studio Trigger thing, in that it felt like it was always aiming for something. Its design and aesthetic, unlike a lot of Studio Trigger stuff, wasn't as chaotic as Studio Trigger, but it was way more directed.
Okay, I will say that because a lot of Studio Trigger seems a little bit more
all over the place.
All over the place, or a little bit more jagged, or a little bit more. It's like the animation. It's deliberately. It looks like deliberately a little messy a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
This looked way more refined.
This looked way more refined, and when it was jagged and messy, it was doing so with a purpose.
Yeah.
And it had it had specific visual things that were I think are iconic now. Even though it's a pretty old and used to be even fairly generic seeming effect, I think how they showed David's acceleration was pretty iconic. I think that's a visual that'll stick.
Wait,
around.
The slow motion scenes where
the Sandema stand activation is a pretty iconic looking visual thing to use now.
Okay.
That was pretty damn solid.
That was an interesting way they did all that.
The OP, we didn't even talk about the OP. The OP is fantastic. The OP is beyond great. It's really, really, really fucking good. The OP is also what is that?
I thought the song was really good. I think the visuals, which were a big old metaphor for the whole fucking show, ending with a fucking corporate suit punching a hole in David's head. I mean, yeah, but I thought it was alright. I wasn't blown away by it. It was cyberpunk to the core. I don't disagree. It might just want to be it was cyberpunk to the core. It was specifically aping off of
visual style and aesthetic of Cyberpunk the game.
I mean, I get what you mean. I think this is one of those things. I just as
Also,
looking
the
at it
music
as
was great throughout. It was really good.
no, I like the music.
Really good use of music.
I like the music. I didn't disagree with the music.
The game has a lot of that music.
I mean maybe it's because it's an anime. I expected more like J rock and more like Japanese related music, but I'm surprised they went with a lot more American choices.
I mean, they went with a lot more original choices. I don't think a lot of it's American.
Well, okay, you know what I mean.
You mean Western versus Eastern?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of Eastern influence in cyberpunk music, but yeah. But that's because they were using So I'm pretty sure. I haven't looked it up, but I'm pretty sure they used some of the same bands that they used for the music development of the game for this.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And they had those guys do a lot of unique music that was specifically designed for Cyberpunk the world. So it fits in the genres of the Cyberpunk world. So Night City has its own music scene, and it's got those vibes.
Alright. That is cool. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Becca's hotter. But Lucy's main girl. Listen, I've got a type. What can I say?
I don't. Is there one I consider hot? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I don't even know if I like any of them like that. I genuinely don't know. Ah,
I mean, I'll split the difference and go Kiwi.
that's your prerogative. If you want to be my guest,
I'm good. I'm good with any of them, honestly.
I know you are. They fit what you like very much. Okay, I think we are at the natural wrap up of things.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Well, what are we doing next time?
Kaiju number 8.
Kaiju number 8.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna cover the manga, and then when the anime comes out, we'll cover the anime.
Yes. Oh, also, I feel like we should talk a little bit about the new thing that we're doing for the anime awards.
Oh yeah.
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 Is our point system thing.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not gonna lie. There's a particular category, because I'm already thinking about it. And I looked at one particular category, and I was just like, this category is gonna be hard.
What was it?
I don't know if I want to say it because I don't want to give you an idea, but yeah.
Give me a hint.
No. I'm good.
What?
Nah, I'm good.
No? Alright. So be it. We'll find out one of these days.
I don't want to give you ideas. I'm willing to wait till 3 months to talk about this.
Alright. So we're gonna make a game out of it this time then?
Yeah. So the first part of it is us picking the categories and then picking the 6 choices. And then once those come out, we get points for each one we get right. And then once I am too tired for this. But once once those nominations get announced, then we pick the winners. And I have a whole other system for that is, but we can work that out on podcast, or like off the podcast. But basis for it is basically 1 point if you pick a winner, and you don't. You get 1 point if A, you pick a winner, but it wasn't someone you nominated, or someone you nominated is a winner, but you didn't pick them. But you get double the points if you pick somebody that you do pick, and there was someone that you nominated originally.
Now hold on. Why wouldn't these be two separate things?
What do you mean?
So, like, nominations and guesses for winners should be two different things.
No, that's what it is. It is two separate things. Or are you talking about two separate
But you're
games?
involving a combination thing where there's also a point relationship for doing one and doing the other. I'm thinking they should be totally separate things.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean?
It's like you should get a point for each nomination that matches the nominations, right? And after the nominations, you should get a point for winning. The only so you like are you saying there should be a bonus point for if you guess the nomination and that it won?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So So if you get it right that it was a nomination and then right that it's the winner, then you get double points.
Well, at bonus point.
Oh, bonus. Oh, you get 2 points.
3.
Why 3? Wait, what?
You'd be getting a third point.
Why?
You already got 1 point, and then you got another point, and now you're getting a third point.
Why would you get a third point?
You just described why you'd get a third point.
No, I didn't.
So you're getting 1 point for getting the nomination right?
Yeah.
And you're getting 1 point for guessing the winner right.
Yeah.
And then you're getting 1 point for your right nomination guess also having been a right nomination guess.
Okay.
You just described a third point.
Okay, that makes it confusing though. So like, what I'm saying is that there'd be 2 rounds. There's the nomination round,
Right.
where everything is 1 point.
Right.
That's its own thing.
Sure.
Then there's the
Winner round.
winner round,
Uh-huh.
or like the actual shell round,
Sure.
where like if you were able to, if the person that you picked is a winner, and also a person that you got nominated, it just gets you double points.
Yeah, so a third point.
Why? I mean, yes, but you're also that makes it sound complicated.
I don't know. You're trying to add multiplication. I'm just adding a point.
No, because you're acting it like, yeah, so you get 3 total points. So yeah, you get 3 total points.
Yeah.
But like, fuck that other round. That run's dumb. It's like
Yeah.
the way Jackboard. It's
Right.
the way like Jackbox works, where it's like you start a new round.
Right.
You get double points. It's called double points. You get 1 point for getting one or the other, but then you get 2 points.
But you're not really getting double points. If you're getting double points, you'd have 4 points. Not 3.
When I mean double, when I mean double one, I mean 2. Because obviously it would be double the point because it's 1.
But it's,
one of the double ones that was 2.
doubling points would make it 4.
No, because
You're saying you get double points for guessing both the nomination and the winner right.
yeah, 2
That
points.
sounds like the property you're multiplying. If we made this into a math equation, you'd be doing 2x and then parentheses x equals, or whatever. You'd be doing 2 parentheses, and then the parentheses would be both the nomination and the winner.
No, I'm just doing 1 times 2. Because the second round, it's still 1 point, but the second point comes in is when you're nominating them.
Right.
Or
but don't say you're doubling it for the 2 things.
But it is double points because you're
But-
doubling the 1. You're doubling the 1.
Here's
Alex.
the thing. It's still not. You still shouldn't be using double points. You know why? What would you call it if I guessed the winner right, but it wasn't a nomination?
You just get a point.
Right. So it's not that this round is getting double points. It's that you're providing a bonus point for a separate connection. You're not earning double points in this round like you would be in Jeopardy. You are earning a bonus point for a connection that is separate from the guess. So,
Sounds pedantic. Really being very pedantic right now.
as are you right now. You're trying to say that for some reason this is double when it's not a double point round. You're saying you win double and then providing the properties that you're winning double for, except for the properties are 2. Both a precedent and an antecedent. Meanwhile, I'm just saying you get a bonus point for the connection between the 2.
Bonus points sound boring though. I like double.
But you're not actually doubling the points.
But I like double.
Well, I don't. I like bonus points.
Well, fuck you.
And you know what? I think Jeopardy's with me because you know what they call? They call it bonus rounds.
Oh, fuck you. Also, they call it Double Jeopardy, dick ass.
Double Jeopardy is separate from bonus rounds.
What bonus round?
Exactly.
What bonus round does Jeopardy have?
Bonus round, indeed.
There's always like
Sir.
a round 1 to round 2 and then there's Final Jeopardy.
Wee, wee, wee.
That's Double Jeopardy! That's Double Jeopardy! They call it Double Jeopardy!
We're not playing Double Jeopardy in the second round.
Yeah, but you motherfucker, they call it Double Jeopardy though.
That may be true, but you're not playing Double Jeopardy. You're providing a bonus point.
We could play Double Jeopardy.
No, because then everyone be getting double point in the second round.
So?
And you're specifically providing a bonus point.
No, I'm doubling the points.
Motherfucker.
It's like, wow, you get 1, I'm gonna double your 1 to make it 2.
Hey, what's 2 times 1?
2.
Hey, what's 1 plus 1?
2.
Fuck you, they're the same, aren't they?
So why are we arguing?
Because my way makes more sense with English!
Nah, fuck you, homie. You're just racist. Alright, that's what we're doing though. I am tired. I want to go to bed.
Hi, tired.
Shut up!
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
Shut up! We're done. We will be back. We will be back next week.
Will we?
We will be back next week.
We'll see about that.
We will be back next week.
Here's hoping.
And next week, people, you hear me next week. Hell yeah. Hell the fuck yeah. Next week.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.